What's up, family? Jamie here. I am creating a video because I got a request in one of my YouTube videos to make a video about the Fibonacci retracement tool. So in TradingView, I have my Fibonacci as a favorite on my favorites bar. So up here, oh Lord, where is it at? Where is it over here? Oh, right here. I have it, when you start it, it'll show up in your toolbar. So, if you're tired of going over here to pick different things on the drawings or tools over here, you can favorite them and they'll show up on your bar. So anyway, I have the Fibonacci retracement tool here. And this is the Fibonacci retracement tool that I use, the numbers that I use. And so somebody said that they couldn't see the numbers clearly on a previous video. When you're watching YouTube videos, make sure you change it to the highest quality. So sometimes you might be looking at auto, excuse me, or a lower, I guess it's speed. I don't know what this is, but we'll call it quality. But if you switch it up to the highest that's available for you, then things will get a lot clearer. So for the person that said that they were watching a video and said the numbers weren't clear, make sure you try that. So as it relates to the Fibonacci retracement tool, these are the settings that I use. So I double clicked on it, and these are the settings that I use. So you could just take a screenshot. I won't hold on to this long. But some things about this tool is that you can turn on and off this trend line. So some people might like it because if you're, marking a trend or something, you can have the trend line on there that could help you. But sometimes it's just in the way for me, so I turn it off. I have mine to extend my not lines right. You might not want to do that. You might want to just be, have it be where it is, on whatever price action you're marking. So you can choose to turn that on or off, but usually I think mine are just on. So I'll put it back on. And, if you want to have the price level, see how the prices go away over there, you can turn that on and off. You can show the levels. I don't know why you would have this without the levels. And then there's just other settings that you could do down here. You can change the colors of your lines. Like up here, maybe you want to use a different color scheme for the different levels, like maybe 618 would be the golden zone. Since that is the golden zone, maybe you want to change that gold, so you can do that. That's just a couple of tips. And then also you might have different Fibonacci's that you use. So for example, I have one without the extension and with the extension. So this one right here is a Fibonacci without the extension, because sometimes I just might want to, I'm not using the extension. I don't need all those extra lines on my chart. So I'll just use this. This one I'm just noticing doesn't have the upper fib levels so see there's no levels up here on this Fibonacci tool, and I really need to add them. So if I switch back, see how they're here. So sometimes when we're on a bullish trend, they'll retrace down to these levels right here. And there's probably another level right in here. I just don't have it on my chart. Like a 886 for up at this level right here. So those are the levels. And then here are some ways how I use the tool. So I noticed, just look past all these lines. Some of them are new week opening gaps, volume imbalance, swing high, swing low. So you just have to look through those. Or let me see if I can do this. Yeah, this will be clearer. So I was looking at SPX last night and talking to a trader buddy, and I was like, we were talking about the extensions. So I was like, let me see. So we had a swing high here, a swing low here, a swing high here. The fib retraced here. It barely got to the 618 level, but there's a on this candle, there's a fair hourly fair value gap. So it kind of just dipped in there a little bit, but see how it almost went to this extension level, this 0.5 extension level. So, you know, as you go and you back test and look at different things, you'll see that, you know, it'll reach for different extensions. Let's see if this over here reached for an extension level. Yeah, see? So you could use the fib extension levels for your targets. So, you know, as I grow confident and, you know, maybe I want to do a swing trade for, you know, 6 months or something, you know, and get in on a strong level, on a pullback, I can throw the Fibonacci on and just take it up to an extension level. So that's some of the ways you can use it. In trading yesterday, I saw some interesting things. So let me show you over here first. So yesterday when we had that sell-off, it basically it double bottomed in on a new week opening gap. I don't have it labeled for which week this is, but this was a new week opening gap down here. And so while I was looking at it, I was like, oh, interesting. Look at this. Here's a Fibonacci swing. Oh, so here's another thing about the fib. You can either like adjust it like this, you know, or if it shows up and it's going in the wrong direction, when you double click here, you can go to reverse and it'll reverse it for you. So then when you place it right here, we see yesterday we had a double bottom. Here's a double bottom here, went up, came back. Now this is a double bottom. And then the price consolidated here, shot up, had this placement here, pulled back, and came back to this. It barely even made it. It didn't even make it. Let me see. Low 39, 41.39.50, 41.39.50, 41.39.50. So, you know, if you were waiting for it to, your order probably wouldn't have gotten triggered here. So you would have missed it. So that's why sometimes you want to front run your entries by a tick or so. But it came down here, tried to get to this fair value gap, and actually, I mean, it did. It just got to the top of it, and then took off for the rest of the day. So I found that interesting. And let's see where it went on our extension level. So it went up here and did a little triple top and then pull back. Now let's see from this low down here to this high up here, what fib level it came to. Boom, look at that, Berberfer. So we got a little order block here, little double bottom here. So, you know, those are things that you can look at. And, you know, it's tough, especially when you have a sell-off and you're like, wait a minute, I don't want to get in and go long because we've been selling off all day. That's trading against momentum. But, you know, that was a nice little run. Let's see if we were watching or came in for the afternoon. What time is this? 12:16. You know, that was a nice 30-point run. That's great. Let me see. Oh, and then lastly, for those that made it this far, I don't know if you realized it, but yesterday we had a ICT 2022 YouTube model happen. So this line right here is from the previous day high. Actually, it's from Wednesday's high. This was our previous day high. And I was looking for the Wednesday high to be taken out on Thursday. And so Friday we came in, we took out the high. We got a bearish order block over here. So it broke through. And then if you had the patience, this is why patience is important in knowing ICT's YouTube models, because this right here is clear as day. And I will admit, I saw this. I had FOMO. I saw it running up. I thought it was going to come and take out this high up here. It tricked me. I got stopped out. I took a loss, but then I realized, I said, okay, it's targeting that new week opening gap. I was able to get in a trade and recover and be profitable. So that was good. So here was a YouTube model. We took out a high, ran up, created this swing low right here. I think he calls it a short-term low. And we came up, we took out this high. We had a displacement of this low right here. We created a fair value gap right here. I think that's about right. And then we fell to that new week opening gap. So I wonder if he would even say this was an entry, because this is a low right here. The low was displaced. We had a fair value gap, and it came up into the fair value gap for a short. Now, I don't know what he says as far as which of these fair value gaps to take, on the retracement, because what if we put an order here and it retraced all the way up here? I mean, you don't want that, right? But anyway, in hindsight, we see that this was an entry right here. And then also, lastly, the last thing I'll say is right here. This is like, I would say it's an optimal trade entry, with the YouTube model. It came up here to this 786, kind of hung out for a few minutes, and then dropped. And I think because we took out the previous day high, I know we had some economic news, but when we see this kind of setup, especially after going into that high time frame PD array, meaning a daily high, and relative equal highs actually. When we see a play like this, we can have a little bit more confidence that we could take the trade. So that's it. I don't want to make the video too long. I hope this answered the questions as far as the Fibonacci levels, and that you got to see some examples of how you can use the Fibonacci levels. As a matter of fact, let's look at where this went to on the extension. How about that? Let's see if it went straight to a level. Yeah, look at that. Boom, boom. Awesome. Isn't that great? But and how would you know? So what I want to do is back. Now, live it here. I'll go on another rant. What I want to do is back test swing highs, daily highs that have been taken out, where we have a reversal for it to go seek, sell side liquidity, or the previous day low, and see what the setups look like, or do we have the 2022 YouTube model? Do we have, double tops? Like, what are the setups that would tell me when we take out a previous day high or relative equal highs or lows? What are the setups that I see that tell me that show signatures that I can actually take the trade? And usually we're talking about taking out if you have multiple contracts, getting out at the, what does he call these? Low-hanging fruit, and just different, what did he call them? Somebody tell me in the chat. Different swings. I forget what he calls it. Sorry. Too much information overload. And see how we had these relative equal lows down here, came down and ticked them bad boys out. How would we know it wouldn't come to this one in reverse, or come to this one in reverse? I think when we have this new week opening gap on our chart, it helps us just with some kind of insight. I thought I showed this and we went to 4, but over here it's showing 3.5. Anyway, it went straight there. Look, and almost had a total retracement of the day. That is insane. That is Vertifer. Wow. Okay. Anyway, if you have any questions or if there's anything else I can help you with, let me know. I'll do another video if I need to. Okay, bye.